right now we are in Premiere Pro, and I'm gonna take you guys through a edit that I did and the workflow of it. So you open up Premiere Pro. First things first, look at my mouse, pay attention to my mouse because it's gonna be really important so you don't get lost. I'm gonna go up top right, workspaces. Make sure you're in Essentials because that's what I'm in right now. Um, and I just picked this category to edit because it's gonna be easier for me to show you guys because everything is here. Whereas if you go to color, it's just the color stuff. But go to Essentials for now. Cool. So, over here, top left, you're gonna drag in all your clips in here, which I do have, and you're gonna have an empty sequence over here, hopefully. So, usually what people do is they take all their clips, okay, and they drag them all in here. Drag it in here. Uh, Always click this gray thing if this pops up. Drag it in here. All your clips. So I shot in manual, so I have no color whatsoever. As you can see, it's so like pretty bland, no color. So what I usually do, the first thing I usually do is I create an adjustment layer, hit OK, and the adjustment layer basically what it does, it allows you to just add an effect to the whole entire, every single clip. So I'm going to take it and drag it all the way across so it covers them all, like so. I should probably zoom out now. I'm going to double check just to make sure I'm recording, and I am, which is good. Alright, so that's the first thing. You put your adjustment layer. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a light color grade, just so I could like see what I have and actually be able to look at what a potential final version of the video would look like. So then we're going to go to the Lumetri color tab, and I'm going to go into creative. I'm going to input the LUT that I usually use. Some downloads though. I hope I have nothing crazy there. Magic LUT. This is it. I'm gonna open up the file. If you need somewhere to get LUTs, you could go on Google. I was looking at sneakers. You go on freshluts.com. This website right here has some really good LUTs. The whole video is now colored compared to before, right? No color, color. Yeah, you get the point, correct? So cool. Now this is the point where you have this in one sequence, and people will usually start to edit right here. They'll edit. Oh my god, I can't talk. They'll edit their entire video right in this little freaking sequence, and it is the worst thing ever because you're making cuts, you're adding effects, and this is like how many hours of footage? About 2 hours and a half of footage. So you're gonna edit 2 hours and a half of footage right here. You do not want to do that. What you want to do is you want to create another sequence. This right here is called a sequence. It's basically a timeline. You want to create a new timeline and edit your videos and parts, which is what I did. And the way you do that, you go to new, you go to this thing right here and hit sequence, and then you can name it, okay? So my video, I knew that the first question that I asked people was how to be happy. So, or what makes them happy. So I put in, I name it, what makes you, I know I spelled it wrong, but it's fine. What makes you happy? So now it's to the left of it, and you can click in between them. And the good thing about this is, when you're going through your footage and taking clips that you want to use, all you have to do is this. Go through the footage, see something that you want to use, you can cut it, however you want to do it, and just drag it in here. You can drag in all your clips in the other timeline and edit only the clips that you want in that timeline for that section of the video. And that's basically what I did with the entire video. So I'm gonna scroll up top. Over here, you see ending hype. That's one sequence I did. Interviews, I didn't use that. What makes you happy is the one I just did. Afraid to admit, bonus clips, blah 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 blah. So, what makes you happy? This right here, with the little rectangles. This is the one that I did. So, I'm gonna close this because I don't need it. But kind of have this going on, and I guess I basically have to go through the edit with you guys. And I'm also going to show you guys the original sequence that I dragged it out from. Give me one moment, just bear with me. Fuck. What is it? See, yeah, this is it. So I'm going to close sequence 10 as well. So this one right here that I'm on is all the clips. And then if I'm editing the section of the question, what makes people happy, that's a segment of the video that I know that I want, I go here, I look for the interviews, which I marked. The green things are the interview parts. I marked them, and the way you do that, go on the timeline, make sure you're not selecting anything, and hit the letter M, and it'll create a marking. That way you know where to go. And then I'll drag them in here, and basically cut them how I want them to cut. Cutting is pretty simple. You want to cut them, and then make sure that you separate. You don't leave a lot of gaps, which is something that I like to do. Just like take away the arms when people are thinking. I take it away because I like it to be fast paced. And I'm gonna play it and just show you guys and talk about some of the things that I did over here.
My grandson.
Because I'm live here.
Things that bring me very close to other people.
My friends, my family, the ocean.
It's just going outside.
Things that make me feel like I'm my own person.
Creating, making art.
Even if it's just something small, like lasts like 5 minutes, it's fine.
Whoa. Shit, man.
Being with my family and my friends.
It's hard to answer right now. It's hard to answer, to be honest with you.
Lots of home.
Alright, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I don't want to take too much time. But first thing that you want to do when you're doing the interviews and cutting them up, after you're done cutting them up and you have people saying what you want them to say with the exact length of how long you want it to take, what I do is I shuffle them around and put them in different places just to make it more, I don't know, entertaining. Because you don't want to have a video and then it's just the whole person talking the entire time. Just switch it up. And that way people, I don't know, could watch longer or something. But like if I had, this girl just talking the entire time, it's not that interesting. Switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Mix and match the answers and have them go all over the place. It's cool. As you can hear, the audio is pretty freaking bad. Okay.
My grandson.
Because I'm live.
Also, background noise. What I did was I got a AI voice remover tool and I put it in here, and this is the audio I got back from it.
My grandson.
Because I'm live here.
Things
It sounds a little funky, but then when you add music in the background of it, like this, it doesn't sound too bad. And also, you could EQ it to make it sound better.
My friends, my family, the ocean.
It's just going outside.
things that
It sounds better. Okay. Next thing you want to do after you're done with the cuts, whenever you have cuts and you shoot the audio in different places, it's gonna have that chopping, clipping, like cutting sound, like a clip sound. I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes a sound where like you can tell the audio is just weird and not smooth. So basically what we want to do is add this constant gain effect and it basically smooths out the audio when they're transitioning into each other, if that makes sense.
Because I'm live here.
things that bring me very close to other
Without them, I'm gonna try to take it off. Maybe you can hear. I'm gonna take the first three off. It just sounds like. Oh, actually, let me do it here.
Because I'm live here.
things that
Wait, what the freak? I don't know if
Because I'm live here.
things that bring me very
I don't know, bro. You maybe can't hear it, but like I feel like I can. So just put those audio transitions on there. All right. Is there much to it? I don't think there's much. So yeah, I did that for basically every single question that there was. Right. I did that for what makes you happy. What are you afraid to admit? Same thing going on there. The adjustment layer, the audio, music, and the AI audio. What else? That's pretty much it. So you might be wondering how the hell do you put all these together? I have this thing over here called Final Sequence, where I basically all I had to do drag this and then put it in here together, and you're basically done. Okay. It's basically all really not that freaking complicated. I swear to God, editing does not have to be complicated. It's pretty freaking simple. But What I want to do now is go over the intro. The intro I really liked, and I took my time to work on it basically. So let's play it.
Sometimes I think I'm doing my best. I let fear conquer me more than I should.
So I've lost everything.
I'm going through a loss. I have a really big thing of not thinking I'm enough.
Becoming a different version of myself is really scary. I don't like being alone, and I hate to admit that it's happening, but it is.
Cool. So the intro is probably the most difficult part of this edit. Like, it's the most complicated one, at least that I put more effort to, and there's just a tiny bit more stuff going on. When you're shooting, you always want to make sure you get B-roll. And for this video, I did not get that much B-roll at all, but I did get enough, but not like I wanted to make this intro possible and stuff. But you always want to get some extra shots. The good thing about this that I really liked that I did was I had some establishing shots. Establishing shots basically show where you are in your location. So we have that over here. Basically see the Empire State Building in the back, the MTA, we're on a bus. And then, we're moving on the bus. Where are we going? Oh my god, we're walking. Wow, we are at the park. So you have establishing shots that show people where you are and where the video is taking place, basically showing the setting. And you have a little more than that, statues, park, more of the park. And we get into the stuff. So you want to get coverage is what people call it. Coverage is basically like shots that you could use, okay? What else? Then we have the people talking over the music. I did select this music because I picked the music because I just freaking liked the song and the beat was just so good, and I was like, you know what, this might be perfect. So yeah, the intro. Let's see. I wanted the intro to basically show emotion and just show people's vulnerabilities. That way, if somebody was watching the video, they'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm going through the same shit. Let me watch the video and see what's going on," type shit. So that's why I have people talk about the things that they feel like they can improve on, what they're afraid to admit to themselves. Just people being vulnerable, and I feel like that could attract other people to watch the video, which is basically what you have here. Obviously, you have the artistic drawings. These are basically not even really animated, bro. I did this on my iPad in an app called Procreate, but you can do it in anything, literally. You wanna get a pencil and I guess a black background. I would do black background instead. It works better. Do not do a green background, okay? Get text, get a drawing app or whatever it is, and you want to write on it, basically, or draw whatever you want. And you want to make sure you have a black background. Do not do white. Don't do white. Do black. And do not do green. Because if you have any other color besides black, the edges of the text is going to have that color. It's not going to remove it that well. Just do black. And the way I did it, you see the text
I
is
think I'm doing my
they're not really freaking moving or anything. Basically, I just wrote. Sometimes I think I'm doing my best arrows over and over again. And since I'm human and not a robot, it's not gonna look the exact same every single time. So I'm trying to explain this so it's not that hard to understand. So when you put it together and it's going fast, it looks like the text is moving, but it's really not. It's just different writings. I just wrote it different times. If that makes sense. You see how it's just right over here?
let fear.
Like I just drew this picture like different times and put it in the same spot around the same area, so it looks like it's.
Conquer me more than I should.
But I hope that makes sense. Same thing with this. I just drew that over and over again 3 times. Especially this one. This one was a really good example. I really like this one.
Going through a
Looks like it's moving. It's not even moving. I just drew it like 3 different times. And since I'm not a robot, it's gonna look different every single time. So it looks like it's moving. And it's just going fast. But yeah, I didn't really do anything. It's just 3 different Same thing with this. Same thing going on here as well. Now with the intro, the only other thing that I have going on is you don't want to end it abruptly and go into another video. So I have this little sound effect going on in the background that you can hear, and it just transitions into this. This is basically just a text thing. That's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to talk about now. I think that's it. It's really not much to it. It was pretty freaking simple to do. Just cut it up, shuffle the interviews, so it's not just one person talking the entire time. Add music, intro stuff. Oh, the intro basically. One more thing that I didn't mention. I just synced it to the beat. So if you look, the cuts are at where the bass drops, which is something that you want to pay attention to. You don't want to sync your clips off beat.
Sometimes I think I'm doing my best. I let fear conquer me more than I should.
Because I've lost everything.
I'm going through a loss. I have a really big thing of not thinking I have enough.
The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the color grade a little more. Maybe I'm gonna do this one right here. This one is a good reference. So basically, the LUT I got, creative, curves, color rules match. I don't know what the hell I did, but I can't even tell you. Creative, you put the LUT here, it's going to look like this. It just looks flat. So whenever you get a LUT, you want to make some adjustments to it just to make it look better. You see how like it looks hideous. So I have this vibrance. I set to whatever. I think I did that after though. Curves, RGB curves. I usually always do this. It kind of makes it a little more cinematic and contrasty. You want to do like a little S curve. That's always going to be good. You can use that for anything. Let me see if there's any other settings here. Alright, color rules match. This one's an important one. And this is where I got like the green. I don't know. I don't know what any of these mean. All I know is I just played around with it and moved it around just a little bit until it looked like I wanted it to look. Secondary, I don't think that did anything. But vignette, it adds that little dark border at the edge, which I kind of like and I felt like would fit for it. And then, yeah, that's basically it. I think that's it though. But yeah, hope you guys watched and appreciated this video. Although I thought I was gonna be more difficult to do. It was cool. I'll see y'all later though. Subscribe and shit. That's really about it.